to do more damage. And then if you shoot something that has the opposite polarity, you actually get a shock and get shocked, and that might oftentimes lead to your death, as I learned yesterday, which is actually a steep learning curve. I want to say, like I had some rough encounters, but once you get the hang of it and shoot the right targets, you always have the buff active on larger NPC groups, and then can actually run through some missions very, very fast. So it was very fun for me, at least yesterday, after I finished everything in one day because I didn't know.
Yep. It's I think it's just it's just a fun one to play because it really changes the way you're picking your targets. But once you get the hang of it, the damage buff you can get once you get the 5 stacks is actually pretty intense. So it really helps once you get used to it. It really helps going through content, and actually with the league right now, for example, with the time trials, it's actually really helpful.
Yeah, I also want to mention. Sorry, go ahead, Hamish.
I was just saying, when I was playing it before, because I'm only just starting now on the manhunt stuff. Like, it took me a while to kind of get the rhythm and the feeling of it, but I think after like 20 minutes, it just kind of clicks, and you're like, okay, cool, I got it. Like I'm not having to pay as much attention to the colors, and it just feels a little bit more natural. It's really cool.
Yeah. Yep. And I want to reply like this. Noi Ascension, I think. Sorry if I butcher your name, saying the whole UI and season system is confusing. You have daily challenges that aren't daily. You guys should think about clarifying it in game. Absolutely agree. I think that was that's the interesting thing with putting this kind of content out and having the season out is that we do a lot of theoretical work and a lot of development and design and everything, but then once we actually put it to the test and put it in the hands of the players is when we realize, okay, wait, actually that doesn't make sense, all these kind of things. So there's definitely a lot of things that we are going to be looking at improving for future seasons as well, because yes, I agree that we could do a better job at making things clearer, because there's a lot of things that happen right now that are unexpected or not clear, or players are not informed properly that this is going to happen. So this is all the experience we're building now and that we're going to be improving upon for future seasons.
Very cool.
Yeah, and the one thing that I wanted to bring up before is also that what I like about the global event as well, that you can just do it in any difficulty for most parts. So there's the daily challenge of doing a hard mission, so obviously that is still applicable. But if you're struggling with some of the NPCs, like there's no shame in putting the world to normal and then just breezing through that. I think that's also something that people might have been missing out on, that you don't have to up the challenge just for the sake of it. If you really want to just experience the global event by trying it out, and as Hamish says, like spend 20 minutes on learning it, I think that's the best way as well.
Yeah, I was actually just playing it on normal. It was just kind of fun. It's like playing Bejeweled in the Division. I don't know, I like it. There's an apparel event coming up as well, which I'm excited about because I've seen the outfits, and there's a sick mask. Do you guys want to have a look at the Urban Jungle outfits?
No.
No? All right.
Yannick says no. You're asking, so I was like, what do you do if I say no?
No. Yannick says no. So sorry, chat.
Sorry. No.
Yeah, no outfits for you today. Sorry, feels bad. No, let's take a quick look at the 4 outfits that are coming.
Nope, we're not checking them out. He says
the Urban Jungle event.
That's funny.
So it's one free key for all players, regardless of if you own Warlords or not.
Those are pretty sick.
So how are apparel keys working
Hazard's
for this
pretty dope
event?
Yeah, so the apparel event is now part of the season. That's why it's in the season UI. Also, the schedule should now be fixed in the UI itself. I think it said like it's starting in minus 5,000 days before or something like that. That's now adjusted.
You missed it.
Yeah, exactly. So next week, when you level up on a shade level, you will see that when you get a key, so it will tell you next key and X shade levels or shade level ups, similar to what it was before Warlords of New York expansion. And then you'll get keys regularly based on that, and you can finish the apparel event this way. There will be no projects. That's one change that we did. So
I want that hazard jacket though.
You can only focus on the shade levels. And then at the same time, when the apparel event goes live, we also have a new man on target, as well as
hat is literally
at the same time. So you have some boosters and some activities to do. While
there's already a hat like that, but it's backwards. It's literally the same thing, but backwards.
let's just head back. We actually do have some other things to show because I'm just going to say, like, Yannick, you were saying that this was the mask that you used in a bunch of the dev build stuff because I think you were saying it's maybe your favorite so far?
It's one of my favorite, definitely.
What's up, Chipmunk? How's it going, brother?
I'm going to bring that up right now. Not
How's the stream going?
Faff around. That's cool.
That's sick.
That is really cool. I like that.
I want that.
So
I
it's
think, sorry,
the good thing with it is that it actually works really well with the jacket from the Chrome outfit. Chrome outfit being one of the outfits that is part of this apparel event, and the jacket has this kind of like chrome effect, so it's a bit reflective, and so it works really good with this mask since it has this tape that is also kind of chromish on top. So it looks really good. That was my look for a lot of the internal test and internal builds we had before the release of Warlords of New York.
Moser, what up,
really
man?
Cool.
They're working from home. You'll see when they take the graphic off the screen. They're all in their individual things, and Yannick just has a picture of himself
this is all part
for
of the same
Hangout.
model, so it just
I think they're using Google Hangout
to your head.
This one takes over the full head. Yeah.
But it's funny because there's just a picture of Yannick.
Awesome.
Right here, watch.
I'm a big fan.
It's just a picture of him.
Definitely got to get that one.
He's just like.
So just to
constantly
reiterate, the event is going live on March 31st and ends on April 20th. So you'll have a good 3 weeks to grind out all the pieces of that apparel event.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I want that mask.
coming soon.
I think
by soon I mean next week.
2 weeks
How's
for
your day going,
grinding it out, and then
Moser?
you have the closing week again where you buy it and also gift caches if you want. So I think it's only 2 weeks
now. That's
correct me if I'm
cool.
wrong, Yannick.
Okay, all right.
Maybe I'll finally get that stupid Hunter chest
I think it's
piece.
free.
It's 3? Okay.
Yeah, it's free.
Does that mean there's a week afterwards where you can redeem stuff? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. If that is wrong or
I was in the
changes,
middle
we'll
of
let you know.
working
But
this
very
morning, and I got
was there anything else
error
you guys
code
feel like we might not have
504.
had time to touch on?
So I
if you
can't
wanna
access
recap
the
kind of what we
network.
were
It
talking about at the
sucks.
top of the show, the big
You're still in
talking
lockdown
points
here.
in the
Yeah, me
community.
too. I've got till April.
Obviously, people doing
April 10th,
some things with
I think.
infinite damagey stuff, which we don't like. Can you reiterate where we're at with that?
They talked about they're going to be talking about the NPC.
As I mentioned,
stuff.
we deployed some fixes already in the past on Friday and on Tuesday that fixed some instances of the bug.
I
But
feel like
not
I'm
all
watching
of
the
them.
Brady Bunch.
We have more fixes coming.
Hey,
we have some
Yannick.
pretty promising ones. And this is,
Hamish.
as I said, this is the number one priority for the team right now. One thing that I think I would like to answer, because I've seen some people in chat asking about that, and I've seen, as part of the conversation online, I've seen people suggesting that we should deactivate the mounted guns for the time being to prevent people from using this bug. While this is not a bad idea, this is not something we want to do or we can do. One of the reasons why we don't want to do that is because we have activities in the game right now that require you using a mounted gun. The raid, for example, is one of them. We have some missions that use mounted guns. We have, even some control points that can use it. So the problem is, if we deactivate all of them, then that means there are some things like the raid where you will no longer be able to complete it. So that's really not great. And then if we start going in the, down the rabbit hole of making special rules and say we just deactivate it here but not there and whatever, one, that's not a blanket solution that's going to prevent the bug from being used entirely, and two, that's going to take time away from the devs that are currently working on trying to fix the bug. So we'd rather that they focus on fixing the bug rather than they spend some time working on, preventing people from abusing the bug, basically. Yeah. So that's kind of the reasoning behind.
I think it's also important, like just removing something from the game. We don't know what that causes as well. Like there might be things that we know that we're like, hey, yeah, we can't do the raid, or like, hey, yeah, control points that might not be working. But then there might also be interactions of NPCs where they suddenly get stuck trying to get to that control point or something like that. And as we never planned to not have those turrets, we suddenly open up another can of worms on things that are suddenly not working for players that have no idea about the damage glitch. They can maybe even start leveling or something like that just by starting the game. So there's things that we just can't risk.
Haven't checked it
just
until
as Yannick says, to fix something that might or might not fix it either.
Absentee Spy is asking if the devs are aware of a raid timer glitch allowing 3-minute completion times. Yes, we are. We are fixing it as well.
Good to know. Yannick did mention earlier in the stream that the utmost priority is to fix the bug, and then figure out what to do for leaderboards and the people who have been exploiting this. If you think it's frustrating for you, it is very, very frustrating for the developers to have these as well.
They're talking about consequences.
We definitely want it fixed as much, if not more, than you do.
They're talking about consequences for the people who've been exploiting the bugs.
Pick up on while we're here?
I think they need to do something.
I think one of the things that we also mentioned earlier, so we have a timeline for, again, another update that is around early April, where we are addressing the things that people are talking in chat, like gear sets and also control points and kind of these things. Again, with the current circumstances of working from home, we are trying to get this out as quickly as we can. There's now some limitations on testing and implementing and then testing those implementations. So bear with us. We are trying as hard as we can, for sure. And if you see something that we haven't mentioned, that are not mentioned yet, please do reach out and post it on the forums, Reddit, poke us on Discord, whatever you need to do. Somebody's coming to the door.
Yep, it's my dog.
Getting swatted.
He's very aware.
She's freaking out.
Yeah. So again, we're gonna continue telling you what's happening. We put a forum post out, like I think 2 weeks ago, to tell you, like, hey, April is coming, and those are the fixes.
I'm trying to access my.
We want to do something similar now for the next one. Where we, tell you the things that we can guarantee that will be going in, or at least that are going to into testing phases for the build. And we're going to continue that. So whenever we have something ready, we don't want to wait until the maintenance notes to let you know. We'll be more proactive and see that we can.
Since your account was all messed up with the password stuff,
keep in mind that
and the
some
vice
of these
principal
things
was very mad at you for no reason. Did he did they call you and give you shit about it?
Try to not do that. But I just want to give you all the honesty that it's a different time right now.
Yeah.
Nuked Flounder was just saying that they've posted on the forums and on Twitter asking about the control points being green, being always green. This is something we said we are working on for the next update. We want to address that and allow you to reset them.
I do want to say, because we just implemented this today as well. So for the manhunt control points, because we deactivated that reset last week, you can now, in the manhunt UI, reset the manhunt itself. So you can replay it if you want, because it also gives a lot of XP. But the control points that are part of the manhunt will also be reset. So it's only a limited amount of control points for now. There will be more added next week when the next target is happening.
He's like, I'm out.
And you have a little bit of a chance to do some of these control points and reset them if you want. But again, the intention, as Yannick says, is that you get the option to.
It's a pretty dope headset, though.
You want to.
Sorry, I was just dealing with Doggo.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Rondarex is saying the season. Sorry, I'm just jumping to. There's so much going on in chat right now. Saying the season reward caches are underwhelming at the moment, like the recal crafting caches. Are there plans to improve the rewards? Not really, but that's something we'd love to hear feedback on. Actually, I haven't seen so much feedback on the actual rewards for the seasons.
Mom gave you the phone and was like, "You're not doing this."
So that would be something that would be very interesting.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's cool.
At least you'll get it reset, and then you can just log in.
Buffs and those sorts of things, and balancing, and
the main thing is they just want you to log in.
I've seen a lot of those questions. Are there any changes to balancing in the upcoming TUs planned, or?
Yo, what's up, Bree? You have a shade cache underground in the Civic Center that the door won't open.
Balancing play a part in that.
I mean, we're always going to
did you look for the little yellow box that you have to shoot?
Deployed
in there?
The balancing pass this morning, so it's
I'll be going live this afternoon. I'm not sure what time zone you're in, but I'll be going live this afternoon. And if you remind me, I can go down there and take a look and see if there's a yellow box down there.
That we're working on, but are coming. Like
how's your day going?
Things to specific NPCs and specific archetypes where we want to change things. So there's always going to be more. There's, as I said, more things coming. But please do let us know. How it feels.
Dude, so you got to make that up. Look at his dog. His dog's awesome.
Different group sizes, and then we'll keep taking that into account.
So Ty says it's a bear.
Yeah.
It is a bear, yes.
Yeah, Chris's dog is
at
huge.
least it loses as much hair as a bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did it 4 times. Shooting the box on there, you did it 4 times. There might be a glitch then.
You're still being very
in the game.
Yeah.
I could
It's
just
just
because you're showing my dog
see
right
it.
now.
If you can
It's just because
record it
we
and
all know
post it in
that.
the Discord, because I'd have to see what it is.
I do want to head over and show some agent highlights. Actually, can we do that? Yeah. All right.
Yes.
So we have some really cool ones actually this week. Some folks you may recognize from various community activities have teamed up. Agent Mab and Lara. Super cool. I love this picture of Mab and what Lara managed to do with it. Very
yeah, this is really
lots of
cool.
flashy Coney Island stuff. Very cool. I don't know if Mab's in chat.
It's
She often
fantastic.
is.
Did
and Lara
kill a
sometimes.
cleaner heavy? Yeah. Those guys are
what
no
I
joke.
like about this, especially we're all kind of constrained in our home and trying to.
They killed me so many
go out too much,
times.
and then
Moser,
you
me
see
and Busy
these
were doing
highlights, and it's
the
just fantastic how
bounties
people
in
have
New York
such creative
on
energy and make these
the
cool
pier
things.
or on the dock or whatever.
It really brightens
And
up
it
our days as well, or at least my day.
absolutely killed me so many
was brightened up when I
times.
saw this, and we share these things. That's I think also why I want to reiterate that.
Oh yeah, he does drop a key.
We share this here on State of the Game as well to share
Look at
the
that,
love
Moser
with
for
that,
the
because
win.
really it is important to us what you guys are doing, and
Imagine
these
if they
things
show
are
you.
really fantastic.
Right? That would be badass.
Agreed. It's not to take away from
But this is like the
people's issues with
photos,
game
like the
right now, but
in-game
Also remember
photos.
there are a bunch of other cool things happening out there, like Dagger 6 arts, very very cool, digitally painted art. It's really
Wait,
awesome.
if we can go back to the previous one because Mab is in chat. I have a question for Mab actually.
Right.
In the updated or the reworked version, is your watch actually orange or red? Not entirely
Great
sure.
question. Great question.
Could be either, to be honest.
I don't take pictures. Like
Uh-oh.
it's a lot of screenshots and like
I wanna know.
cosplay and stuff like
I
that
wanna
when I
know.
do this.
She replied and then she got deleted by Mubat. But she said it's orange. It's orange in all caps.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hmm,
I'm not sure.
For discussion.
There's a bit of red in there.
Interesting. I think Mab goes rogue.
Yeah, I think it's definitely ambiguous.
Yeah, definitely go follow all of these awesome people on Twitter as well. So Dagger 6 art as well, very cool. I love that. I would
That
love
is
to
pretty
actually
cool
see
drawing.
like a time lapse
I
speed
can't
paint of this
draw.
whole thing. I kind of get obsessed
Yeah.
with those.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be very nice. If that's lying around and you have it on YouTube, maybe I'd be a big fan of seeing that at some point. If that's something you can sort out. But that's going to be all for today, unless you guys have
Oh, wow.
any
That's a
other
lot of
things that we need to know
highlights.
before we head off.
No, not from my side. Again, I want to reiterate: we are, doing our best to give you insights as much as we can. We also know that
Gear
again,
set
maintenances
and
are
talent
plenty at
issues
the
are
moment.
being
We're not
worked
doing
on.
this
I don't know if
because
you
we're
saw that
enjoying
on
them
the
so much.
bottom.
We're trying to fix everything that is
Did you post in the
needed
Discord area?
fixing.
Let me see.
So we'll do more, and then we'll go back to the one a week at maximum. So thank you for understanding, especially our Australian friends.
To
Yeah, they
people
do.
asking if we have an update on the raid, no, we don't have an update on the raid. We don't have a new ETA, but we'll have more information soon on that.
Very cool. And also just, I want to reiterate, I hope everyone is still taking care of themselves and taking care of each other and, making sure that we get through this pretty tricky time with, as much grace and as least amount of mucus as possible. And
say thanks to the people that are currently on the front lines. Like
I'm
people on
gonna
the till
snap
and
a
the doctors and
screenshot of
everybody.
this
Like, I think
stream,
it's really
and then I'm
important
going
that
to just tag
we
them
say
in
thank
it.
you for people that we normally don't interact that much with. They're doing a good job.
it's
That was
it's a
horrible.
lot. So enjoy, your excuse to play video games inside. as much
Or should
as
I
you
make
can.
it like the Brady Bunch?
And take care of each
Like
other.
me staring at him like.
That's kind of the final word from me for the day. All right, we are over time, but if you do have anything that you want to give feedback on, make sure you
I'm
put that in
doing
the
it,
forums.
and I'm
if
gonna
it's
tag 'em.
super critical and you have unlisted videos about it, get it to the developers either by Discord or Twitter. Or
Nice.
that sort
I'm
of thing.
totally doing this.
That's always very, very much appreciated. We will be back. We're taking this week to week at the moment about how we run the state of the game and all that sort of stuff. So we'll be here for the foreseeable weeks doing it here from home. Maybe Yannick will move one of these times. Just watch closely. Might happen. I don't know.
That's a good point, actually. I know that Nikki is actually very excited to see details about that. Maybe for next week already. So,
yeah, no, that'd be cool. All right, that's gonna be it for today. If you have any cool agent highlights, do hashtag agent highlights those on Twitter. Also hashtag the Division 2 photos. Someone asked me the other day how they can share screenshots and that sort of thing. Sorry, my dog's freaking out a little bit. Hashtag the Division 2 photos on that as well. We will be back next week. I think, Chris, we're going to try and get some gameplay streams up and running next week as well, right?
Yes, correct.
All right. So stay tuned for those as well. And also, I kind of just want to play the game. So that's, would be a good excuse to jump in and play it and grind out all of the global event stuff and everything like that. All right. We will see y'all again next week. Where are my Division 2 photos? All right. Take it easy, everyone. Bye. Look at Yannick wave.
Thank you, guys.
He's looking right into your soul. All right.
Yes.
Bye.
Yes, I'm looking at you.
It's a bunch of screenshots and stuff. Nothing too big. This is funny, I'm gonna tag these guys. All right, so that's gonna do it for the live stream.
The game
see,
to
that's over.
get 40 million DPS. You know what I'm saying?
That's it for the live stream. I will see you guys later this afternoon for some more action. We'll catch you later, guys. Reed, I'll keep an eye out in the Discord for that video.